Hi, it's me, Kyra Meyer, and this is my volunteer, Derek Hall.
Hi.
So, we're going to get started. So, Derek, I was thinking that we could today either talk about hunting or fishing, or we could talk about something else. It's entirely up to you.
How about we talk about fishing?
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think we talked about dip tanning before, and
Mhm.
I thought maybe we'd talk about how I fished growing up on rivers and lakes, and how I'd like to do some more of that with my boy.
Sure, that sounds like a great topic. So, tell me about fishing when you were a kiddo.
So I remember I got fond memories of
Yeah?
being up really late at night. We have lots of extra sunlight up here,
Mm-hmm.
and fishing with my dad on local lakes. Fishing for trout and just sitting with him talking and watching a bobber in the water. And so I think doing that kind of thing with my son would be a lot of fun. We also fished for salmon out of rivers a lot, and I got a lot of good memories with that too.
So, it sounds like, to backtrack a little bit to thinking about the bobber floating, it sounds like it was less about fishing and more about spending time with your dad.
A little bit of both, probably.
A little bit of both.
Probably as I got older, it was a little more about talking to dad. But as I was younger, it was that bobber.
It was about the
only
bobber.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Sure.
So, what were you fishing for with the bobber?
Oh, just trout and smaller fish, and we get home, and if we caught anything, we'd take it home late at night and cook it up in the pan, and have a late night dinner
Fish fry?
or whatever. Yeah,
Those sound like really sweet memories.
they're really good memories. Yeah.
Are you making similar memories like that with your son?
Yes, I'm trying to.
So, tell me about those.
Well, we haven't had any late night fishing trips, but we have had a couple of fishing trips to just the local ponds and local lakes, and there's just little tiny trout that can be caught. And for the most part, he's last summer and beginning of this summer, I'll hook the fish and he'll reel it in, or I'll help him reel it in. And we went a couple weeks ago, and he hooked it and reeled it in and caught it all by himself, casted the line out by himself, and he did the whole thing by himself. And it was really made me proud to watch him, because he was so excited about it and so happy, and he had a lot of fun with it.
It sounds like, even though he was thrilled, it sounds like you were really thrilled too.
Very much so, yeah.
So, what was that like for you, watching him hook, line, and sinker that little trout?
Just amazing, and kind of breathtaking, hoping the fish didn't come out, because I knew how bummed he'd be.
Did the fish stick it?
Oh yeah, the fish did perfect, yeah.
Okay, good. What happened to the fish?
We ate it. So you got to see the process of what happens after you catch the fish, and cleaning the fish, and then taking it home and eating it. And he was very insistent that it was his fish and he was going to eat it, and nobody else got to. So
those sound like some really sweet memories.
Oh, they will be.
It sounds like you're making that connection between you and your dad going, and now you and your son.
Oh yeah.
What are some other memories that you want to make with him when it comes to hunting and fishing?
Again, just spending time on some river, catching salmon and watching him maybe fight a big salmon, and really use a lot of skill and bringing it in, things like that. And a lot of that's just growing up with those experiences and lots of practice. And I think at some point he'll be at that point, and it'll be kind of a measure of pride to be able to see that he's doing so well with it.
So you mentioned going for salmon. Are there different types?
Yeah, there is. There's silver salmon, red salmon, pink salmon. Those are just common names, but I mean, they're all salmon that we can catch up here. And I think the favorites are the silvers and reds, and they're a heck of a lot of fun to catch.
So, which do you think he'll be physically able to catch first?
Pinks. Yeah.
Have you thought about what that process will look like? Like, as his parent and as his fishing guide, do you have a plan?
Yeah, I think, and I've worked on that so far in the last couple of summers, and that's just getting him familiar with how to cast a lure out into the water, and how fast to reel it in, and how to set the hook when a fish bites it. And I think he's still at a point where a lot of those things will still be a lot of luck if things happen right. But the more he practices, the better he'll get. And I also want him to learn to be safe as well, because he's not using a sharp hook, and it's real easy to snag yourself or other people too.
So, what are some of those safety things you're worried about? You mentioned snagging yourself or others. What else are you concerned about?
Just how to properly catch the fish, and if you're not going to keep it, how to let it go, and
Safely.
what to do with it once you do catch it, and you're going to keep it. How to clean it, things along those lines, and those are things that he'll learn to do as he's older. He can use a knife himself, but
Sure.
he's a ways from that still.
So, on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being not at all important, 10 being very important, how important is it for you to teach him these skills and how to be safe while doing them?
Really important. I think it's 8 or 9. If that's something that he wants to do in the future, as he gets older, I think it's real important to have a good solid base of experience as he grows up.
So you spoke about first will be fishing for pink salmon. Do you have like next steps for him? Like, here's what I want to see happen in his outdoor
Sure.
education.
In pink salmon, it's more of they're a smaller fish, so they're easier to catch,
Mhm.
and move on to silver salmon, which are bigger and harder to catch, and you can catch both of those either out of rivers or out of oceans, and it's a completely different kind of fishing. And there isn't really necessarily specific steps to that,
Sure.
but I think it's mostly going from small fish to big fish.
That makes a lot of sense. You sound like a really proud papa.
Oh yeah.
Good deal. Well, is there anything else you would like to add?
No, just I also hope that he continues enjoying eating the fish as much as he does now.
Yeah, very true. Okay, let's look at the people at home. Ready? This is a very important question. Who's caught the biggest fish in this household?
Me.
No, it's me. I caught that giant halibut last year.
I've caught giant halibut.
Oh my god, it's me. Bye.